in His Word. It's His main chance to speak to you, and you have a two-way conversation. It's amazing how 12 steps of AA, or 32 degrees of the Masonic Lodge, or 7 sacraments of the Catholic Church, or eternal progression of the Mormon Church. It's amazing how, no matter how many numbers of things that they can conceive of to try to improve men's lives, can never quite compare with those two things, prayer and Bible reading, in the heart of a Christian. Those two things have more power in them than any other thing you want to suggest. Meet some guy on visitation, he's got a ring, it says 32. That's a Masonic, one of the highest levels in the Masonic Lodge. Ask him if that's his spiritual temperature. 32? Isn't that freezing on the Fahrenheit scale? So, He lives inside of you. He gives you new life. And by His abiding presence within you, you begin to discover a relationship with God that you could never have any other way. And it's a marvelous thing indeed. The rest of the world can't imagine. You have what the Buddhist is seeking. You have what the Muslim is hoping for. And your hope goes far beyond 72 virgins and someone's fanning you with some palm fronds in eternity somewhere. Your hope goes far beyond anything the human mind can possibly imagine. And soon, the Bible becomes more understandable to you. We talked about that today. More enlightening, because of the same Spirit who inspired the Scripture lives inside of you, and He's able to teach you the same book that He once inspired this man to write many, many years ago. So where is thy God? Well, thy God is above you. Your God is around you. Your God goes before you. Your God is behind you. Your God is underneath you. Your God is walking beside you, and your God dwells within you. So that's 7 places the Bible indicates your God is if you are walking with Him and know Him. You should never be confused in thinking that, well, God seems distant. If you let that thought dwell within you, God seems far away, then my dad used to say, if God's not as close as He used to be, somebody has moved. It's not God. Somehow you need to examine yourself. Psalm 139, verse 7, David says, whither shall I go from thy spirit, and whither shall I flee from thy presence? And God seems distant, and He hides Himself from you, that this perspective is yours. It's not the perspective of God's. All right, let's bow for prayer.